Hello again guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice, and I have my sales update video for you guys for the week of December 2nd through to December the 8th. This is basically me sharing my weekly sales from Etsy, Poshmark and eBay, and I just like to show you guys sort of item by item. I usually let you guys know where I pick the item up. I often say that my sort of cost of goods, my average cost of goods is $1, just to give you guys like a point of reference of how much I pay for each of these items from like yard sales and rummage sales and thrift stores and all that kind of good stuff. And then of course I try and let you know how long it's sat for and of course how much it's sold for. So starting off with Etsy, another vintage Christmas sweater that has sold. This was from a rummage sale and it sold for $34.95 in about a week and a half or so of being listed. Of course, 'tis the season and all that, but nice fast mover there. And Etsy does seem to be my best platform for selling vintage Christmas sweaters for whatever reason. And the only other Etsy one that I had was this Tennessee Vols t-shirt, like a graphic t-shirt with like the band and stuff that you see here, and this actually sold for $39.95, which is way more than I would usually ask for a t-shirt, a vintage t-shirt, but I just thought the graphic was kind of extra cool, and lo and behold it did sell, and this was only listed for probably about a month to 6 weeks tops. And then we're going to move on to Poshmark. So that's pretty good for Etsy for me right now. I don't get a lot of sales there anymore really, but it's nice when they do and they kind of add in. So Poshmark, first sale were these Fry boots. These were actually on my most recent haul. It was like a 30-minute like thrift store challenge I did on Black Friday. I'll link it here just in case you haven't seen it and you're interested. This is one of the items I picked up. Like I said, I class most items $1 because that's how much it averages out across the year for my cost of goods usually, but these in particular I can let you know cost me $2.69, just so you know, transparency and all that. So they sold, I had them listed for 150, someone offered 115, and they had sold within about sort of 6 days of being listed, and I was pretty darn happy with that return. Next is this Chico's black cowl neck sweater, just kind of like a long sweater, again perfect for the season, and this was actually a fast flip as well, under a week, and sold for $20. Bear in mind that sometimes when I send out offer to likers, I always say this just to make sure everybody knows that we're on the same page. If I send out an offer to liker and it's accepted, I also have to include a shipping discount of just under $2, just to let you know. All right, so the next two items were a bundle for $38 total. These Vince sneakers. Now Vince is a very good, like kind of higher end brand, I suppose you could say, but these sneakers did have a little bit of wear. You can see like around the sides. I did take a magic eraser to them, but I just couldn't really buff them back and bring them to life, so I decided to just kind of take an offer. So so this and the next item were $38 total together. Royal Robins, it was a celestial print long sleeve top is what the style number or name gave me. Just very, very simple. Royal Robins is like a kind of an outdoorsy brand, which is semi-popular I find, but the two together I was happy enough with that bundle price. Next item was the New Tags Lucky Brand top. I grabbed this because it was new with tags from a thrift store, and it was a size 2X as well, which is a wonderful size. Unfortunately only sold for $20. I think I had it listed at about $35, which looking back is probably a little bit too high, but I've been sending out offers of $25 plus a shipping discount for as long as I can remember. Nobody's taking me up on it, and so when someone offered me $20 and there'd be no shipping discount, I decided to go ahead and take that. Next, Coldwater Creek. I sell all kinds of Coldwater Creek on Poshmark and on eBay. It's a bread and butter for me. This was just a very seasonally appropriate piece. Like I called it like a Nordic Fair Isle style sweater because of that kind of like knit print up top. Overall just a really nice piece, and this sold for $20 as you can see. And this has been listed for quite a while, probably since last winter season I would say. Excuse me. So the next is Maurices. I grabbed this purely because of the graphic print. It was like a burnout, which is where you sort of have sections in the fabric where you can see through it. I don't know if doing a close-up will kind of help anyone that doesn't know what I mean by that, but it's kind of semi-sheer in places, this kind of almost like speckled type pattern that would be referred to as burnout. And I just thought it was a cool graphic tee with like the VW bug and like all the peace and love and stuff, and I ended up selling for $13, which is fairly typical for a Maurice's t-shirt. New with tags Worthington blouse. I literally grabbed this because it was new with tags and I got it at a rummage sale, like a filler bag kind of situation. And it sold for $18, which actually I'm a little bit surprised at. Usually I would think this would go closer to $14, but I'm very happy with that. Next is another vintage Christmas sweater. As you can see, had a cool like plaid ruffle detail all over, and then a really cute like ruffly neckline as well. Sold for $20. 9 West, like chunky block heels. They had almost like a wingtip look to them, like the way that they were designed. Just a pair of like kind of retro career shoes, if you like. Those sold for $20. And the last one for Poshmark is this ASOS, however you want to say it. I had all kinds of different names in this. I think on eBay I had Victorian, Prairie, Ruffle, Tuxedo. Like I feel like it had all kinds of different elements to it where you could kind of pull some of those keywords from it, but it has sat for a really long time, probably close to a year. I got it at a thrift store. I overpaid for it when I bought it, and eventually it's gone for $12. So basically this was a recoup of money on this particular item. All right, and then onto eBay finally. So we have Dress Barn, size 1X, just a very pretty kind of like ethnic type print blouse, $14.24 on a best offer. This vintage windbreaker, which was a very interesting pattern. As you can see, it had like lots of different animal prints, like color block and then animal prints, and then like it looked like beads strung through it just in the print, like the graphic print. A little bit bizarre, but somebody bought it for $22.49, so I'll take it. And that was a filler bag one as well. Dolan, this, if you're not familiar with this, you can kind of see the DOLAN there in the black tag. This is a really nice brand. I find it's really nice. The quality is really good. Sometimes sold at Anthropology, but this particular item has sat for a while and it sold finally for $20. Next is this Talbots Moto-Style jacket. I really just say Moto because the kind of the oversized collar and like the asymmetrical zip and just the general fit and look of it. It had that kind of Moto look to it as far as I could tell. There's a wool blend, red, lovely for the season. $25 is what this sold for because it did have just a little bit of fading on the collar. Orvis, this was a women's 100% silk like safari style blouse. I grabbed it because of the fabric content. The size was an extra large, and Orvis is, a fairly good brand in terms of like it doesn't retail cheaply, but their pieces for me, I find are kind of hit or miss. I find the men's do a lot better in Orvis, and this one sold for $14.99, I think it was. Yes, $14.99. Next is H&M, just a crushed velvet mini skirt, $9. These things retail for like $12 to $15 anyway, so you really can't expect too much out of them, but it's nice for the party season, and that was a filler bag item too. This was something my husband gave me to list. He tends to buy these. Like this was the ones I always say to look out for when it comes to Funko. It really depends on your characters, but the Freddy Funkos where he's like dressed up as different people, different characters, whatever it is, they can sometimes be worth a lot of money, and then more obscure characters as well, they can be worth money. So if you find them at yard sales and stuff, do stop and look them up. And also these like Comic-Con, these convention like exclusives is what I'm trying to say. The exclusives can also be worth some money sometimes as well. This one not so much. I had him listed at $49.99. The market, it was kind of in line with the comps when I listed him. I was prepared to take offers, but the market, I guess it got oversaturated in the meantime, so he ended up selling for $26.50, which my husband was happy with, so that is fine. These I picked up not too long ago at a yard sale, and they were all new and sealed, proactive, like different treatments if you like, but they were also out of date. As you can see, I have the expired here, and obviously I have a whole bunch of stuff in my listing here as well, like saying expiration dates noted in each one, just so that nobody can say that I didn't say that they were expired. But they actually ended up selling for $20 for the lot of them, which I was quite happy with for an expired product. So notations, size 2X. I don't think notations is anything to sort of keep your eye out for necessarily, but I grabbed this because of the size. It's a good size, and because of the print with like a swallow like bird print all over it. I thought it was kind of pretty, and it ended up selling for $20. I think that was a rummage sale as well. This was a rummage sale. Cartonier. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, it's Anthropology. It was really, really cute. You could wear it separate ways, like a kind of a wrap sort of sweatshirt with this like draped front. Really beautiful piece. Again, this was definitely $1 at the rummage sale, and it sold for $23.73. As you can see, I listed higher. I hope to get higher, but this kind of struck me on a day when I was having very low sales, and I decided to just go ahead and take it for the sake of getting something. So $23.73. Fitbit Ionic. This was actually my husband's as well. He has a different watch now. It was fully working, all that good stuff, and I make sure if your electronics are working, if you can, get photographs and things like that in there showing that they are working. And so it came with an extra strap as well, and the charging cord, all that good stuff, and it sold for $89.99 as it shows there. Talbots. It's just like a shift dress with that Y neckline and a stitch detail. Very simple piece, but it was very kind of heavy, so appropriate for the season again. And it sold for the full asking price of $29.99. And the last one is Quacker Factory. I grabbed this from a rummage sale, filler bag. Quacker Factory I found is okay. The larger the size, the better. And I find that their holiday pieces do quite well as well. So this is definitely like a Christmassy kind of theme to it. And this sold for a best offer of $18. All right, you guys, so that's a total of 25 items sold between the 2nd and 8th of December. I am definitely sensing things winding down a little bit for me now in terms of the amount of sales that I'm getting, especially on Poshmark this week. I'm expecting as we get closer and closer to Christmas for things to sort of tone down a little bit as well, as people start kind of shopping for used clothing and they're focusing a bit more on the holidays. But that's okay, that's fine, because I'm focusing on the holidays too, so no worries. Let me know down in the comments how your sales are doing. Are you enjoying the Christmas season? I hope you have a blessed one, and I will talk to you in my next video.